Monster fish in the 2,000 gallon aquarium is what we've always seen. But did you guys know what the other top two absolute demands and or ranked ideas were for? Number one, a planted aquarium. Number two, a saltwater aquarium. We gotta go to the fish store.
He's gonna yell at me for saying this on video, but don't let him out of the 100 idea.
Today I'm headed to One Fish, Two Fish in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, my local fish store. Technically not that local, I gotta drive an hour to get here, but it's their customer appreciation day. They got a bunch of deals going on, and I heard there's some fish there that I might be interested in getting.
He's gonna try to get us down. He's gonna want 40 or 50. Don't let him.
So let's go have a look, see what happens.
Okay, so being a fresh arrival, it's gonna be in the quarantine tanks. I'm glad I came at this time and not when they opened, because it would have been a hell of a lot busier. So is this Oscar? More piranha. This is what I heard they were here. This has this Fantosa. I don't want the Fantosa. That's the size of mine. The piranha maybe. These are a lot smaller than mine though. Not even half the size of mine. I don't know, I gotta think about this. I could be just adding a very expensive meal.
So there's 13 in this tank, and you can get a heck of a lot more because you got a source that's
Told they've got thousands of them. So,
and these are tank raised.
and these guys are all tank raised. All the ones where we get these from, they're all tank raised. So the kind of bloodthirsty isn't as aggressive with these guys apparently.
Well, you get enough of them.
Yeah. Oh, we put food in with them, and I mean they're not as crazy as yours, but I mean they still rip it apart. They still.
People have been wanting me to do a planted 2,000 gallon aquarium for a long time, and what I was thinking is, what if we did a planted 2,000 gallon piranha aquarium with 100 piranha?
I love it. 100 piranha?
Yeah, because then I was thinking I could connect the 700 to the 2,000, which goes to 375, make a massive system with a drip system, and all the fish in the 2,000 right now would easily go in the 700.
Name another tank in all of YouTube. Somebody. You got the most viewers. Somebody show me a tank that has 100 piranha in it. I haven't seen it in aquariums.
Well, maybe at like a public zoo, but even then they only have like 20 or 30.
I've only ever seen, a handful.
I'd have the world's largest piranha aquarium.
I love it. I love it.
And I take all the plants that are already in it, put them in the 2,000. All right, I really got to seriously think about this.
I think 100's the number. I like it. I think 100's the number.
Well, especially with the dilution that I put through that tank, because I really want to connect the 700 to the 2,000. Like overflow into it.
Yeah. And you always have tons of like filtration and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're never worried about that. And even if you are, you have the ability to just add to it.
And you could maybe quarantine them for me?
I like how you put me on video to ask me that, right? So I can't get out of it. I have to do it. Yeah, no, we got lots. We got 100 quarantine tanks. We can leave one for you.
Do you have 100?
No, not 100.
Everything's 100 with you.
100. You got me in the head of 100. I'm just thinking 100 piranha. I love it.
Yeah. What's this one? Is he from the same order?
No, so that was, we had one. Different order, same supplier.
Yeah. These guys are smaller than mine, but they do have adult, mostly getting that adult coloration. You can see the spotting still on them.
Yeah.
But they'll grow really fast in my
I
tank.
think they would be big enough that yours wouldn't do anything with them.
I don't know what
especially if you dropped in X amount.
I don't know what I compare mine's size to.
Geos and some fronts over here, Joey. That are big.
My piranha are like this size.
Yeah.
That long.
I really don't think that and that affect each other. I really don't.
Yeah.
And especially if you were thinking about buying one and putting it in with your 20, then who knows? But you're not buying one. You're going to put, and the other thing you're going to do too is you're going to put everything into the bigger tank. So when you put all of these in with your new ones are going into a new tank too. So they're going to lose all any sort of aggression they have until they get comfortable as well. So
yeah.
I think you're fine.
All right, definitely something to sleep on.
He's going to yell at me for saying this on video, but don't let him out of the 100 idea. He's going to try to get us down. He's going to want 40 or 50. Don't let him. Keep the 100. 100's the number.
Jeff is a horrible influence on me.
Okay, so
I didn't get the Piranha, only because they're being bred in numbers to be able to sustain the hobby and demand in different sizes. And I know what you guys are thinking. Don't touch this, it's perfect. It's not going to be perfect forever, and there's no realistic way for me to fix it. But let me run some ideas by you guys. And I'm sorry in advance for the audio. My microphones are not working. Well, that one isn't. So we're going to do this anyways, and it's just from my phone. Bear with me. This tank is 96 inches long. It's 5 feet front to back. 45 square feet. To find square footage, Joey, you multiply the length by the width. 8 times 5 is 40. I decided to leave you calculating things in because you look silly. As you work, go back to editing. Of surface area. How much water? Well, a max of 28 inches. Should probably come over on this side. So it's 8 feet long, 5 feet front to back, and 28 inches tall. How much water? Closer to 25. The point of this is how to calculate how many gallons are in your aquarium. You multiply the length by the width by the height in no particular order, but in this case we'll use inches. We divide that number by 231 because there's 231 cubic inches to a gallon of water. So in this case, if we were to calculate the volume of this aquarium, we're using outside dimensions like every aquarium. For example, if you had a 75-gallon tank that is 4 feet long, 18 inches wide, 21 inches tall, you'd get 75 gallons, but it doesn't hold 75 gallons of water. No aquarium holds what it's advertised to hold. This tank is 700 gallons, but it has 3/4 inch glass, so all the way around, we're losing 1.5 inches. So instead of being 5 feet or 60 inches front to back, it's technically only 58.5 inches front to back. Although it's 28 inches tall, I mentioned there's only 25 inches of water. So if we take our new numbers, this doesn't hold 700 gallons of water. It actually holds 600, 598, whatever. Add in the sumps or filters, whatever you want, you can get more water dilution. Fact of the matter is that no aquarium that we have actually holds the gallons that we think it does, and then we have to plan accordingly around that. So I say this is a 2,000 gallon aquarium, but it's calculated the same way as the 700 is. This is air displacement outside. It doesn't hold 700, or it doesn't hold 2,000 gallons of water. Back to the video. As for the 2,000 gallon aquarium, we all know that it's 10 feet long, it's 7 feet front to back, and it's 4 feet tall. As I sit on 8-inch thick concrete, I said this many years ago, the 2,000 gallon doesn't actually hold 2,000 gallons of water, closer to like 1,400 gallons. But if we measure from where water can actually go to where water can actually go, it's 5 feet 8 inches. And if we go length to length, it is 8 feet 8 inches. How much water is actually in there for height? Well, we know it's 4 feet tall, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the height of the water. We can already see that this is 4 feet. We're already looking at, hopefully nobody jumps at it, 8 inches below water, plus we have a 6-inch base because we have an inline or built-in subflooring heater. As for water height, it's only 34 inches of water height. So then there's a couple of other things that we have to take into consideration. This is 34 inches of water height, and this one's 28 inches. So imagine this being 6 inches taller. Not that big of a deal. When it comes to the 2000, the viewing panel is 1.5 inches thick, and then look at the background. We're losing probably an average of 6 inches, not necessarily water volume because it's hollow back here, so that we still have the water volume, but 6 inches of swimming space is what we're truly after. So if we chop off 6 inches over here, an 1.5 inches over there, the length of the tank is now internal dimensions 8 feet. Front to back is the same. Now we're at 5 feet. The internal dimensions with the background is identical to the 700 gallon, which is 8 feet long, 5 feet wide. The only true thing we're missing is around 6 inches of height, which 6 inches is a tremendous amount of size. However, if we look at the 2000, for the most part, the fish, a lot of the times, everybody else spends their time near the bottom as the Asian arowana circles. Of course, they're not doing it right now because, well, I'm making a video, so they don't want to perform the way they do absolutely every moment of the day. Okay, so I've made my argument that we wouldn't really be losing swimming space. But we also have to remember the decorations in that tank, and I'm not moving them. They're absolutely perfect, and they're gorgeous. They're staying put. So imagine those big trees in the center of here. They're not as big as these ones because we only have half of that. Technically, this is more swimming space for the Asian arowana, and there's really not that many fish in there. 700 gallons is fine. We'd really be facing the idea of losing water volume, water dilution. So, and mind you, I'm sleeping on this. I'm just preparing in advance. I bought myself, just in case I want to, a pair of 2-inch bulkheads, which would allow me to drill into the side of this aquarium and have these overflows go into the 2,000 gallon tank, leaving the filtration that's already on there, but putting another 2,000, 3,000 gallon per hour pump onto the 2,000, increasing the volume of the 700 from 700 gallons to, well, the 700, the 2,000, the 375, the 180 gallon sump, putting this entire side of the gallery at about 3,000 gallons of water, and reinstall my drip system to never have to do water changes. This is why I sleep on it, because it almost sounds like this is the better idea. We get a monster aquarium with a bunch of amazing fish, plus we take out these plants. I've also already bought all of the substrate for the 2,000, plant that with most of the plants that's in here, and transplant all of the fish, all the piranha from here, into the 2,000. Get another 70 of them, 100 piranha in my 2,000 gallon aquarium. Now, obviously you're thinking, what about these pipes? Well, the only thing back here is water and stuff, and to be fair, I'm not that tall. It wouldn't be much for me to go like this and avoid these black ABS pipes. It would be ugly, but I was also thinking maybe I can, well, one thing at a time. My question is this. The 2,000 gallon aquarium has always historically been the same thing. It's for the monster fish, Joey's fish. But what if Joey's fish were the center focus of the gallery when we first walked in it? What if we had a planted 2,000 gallon piranha aquarium? Does that exist in the home aquarium? 2,000 gallon planted piranha tank? Everybody's got monster fish. Heck, everybody's got stingrays and arowanas. Everybody's got everything. This is exciting. My question is simple. Am I crazy, or is this making sense? In the comment section below, and I'm gonna do it. Type, and if you've never commented before, it doesn't matter, because you just gotta type one letter, one number. 1, for you're crazy, don't do this. 2, you're a genius, Joey, do this. 1 or 2. 1, no. 2, yes. I have to address the issue here anyways. My apologies for doing back-to-back piranha videos, but I'm obsessed right now. See you in the next one. Subscribe if you're not already, especially if you want to know the results. Or get mad at me for doing what I'm going to do anyway.